Hey everyone, have you ever wondered what Python is and why literally everyone from Google to NASA seems to be using it? Well, today we're going to break down this powerhouse programming language in just about 5 minutes. Let's get into it. First things first, let's ask a really fundamental question. How in the world do we actually talk to a computer? I mean, think about it. It's a machine, it's just circuits and wires. It has no idea what please or thank you means, let alone our everyday language. So if you just said, hey computer, what's 5 plus 5? You'd get nothing. We need a special language, a set of instructions it can follow perfectly. So instead of our casual human way of asking, we need a command that is totally precise, like print 5 plus 5. That is a language the computer can actually understand and execute. And that right there is exactly what a programming language is. It's just a structured set of instructions. You can think of it like a rule book that lets us tell a machine what we want it to do in a way it can actually process. But here's the thing, not all programming languages are the same. They actually exist on a spectrum, from languages that feel really natural for us humans, all the way down to languages that speak directly to the machine's hardware. So at the very top of this hierarchy, you have our natural languages, right? English, Spanish, what have you. One step down from that are what we call high-level languages, like Python, which are designed to be super easy for us to read and write. If you go even deeper, you find low-level languages, which are way closer to the hardware. And then, at the very bottom, you've got machine language, the pure ones and zeros that the computer truly understands. Python lives right in that high-level sweet spot. It's this beautiful abstraction that hides all the messy, complicated stuff happening inside the machine. And that's exactly what makes it so friendly for beginners. It's really just a bridge between your awesome ideas and the computer's raw power. Okay, so we write this human-friendly Python code, but how does it actually get translated into those ones and zeros the computer needs? Let's pull back the curtain for a second and see how it works behind the scenes. It's a really cool multi-step translation. First, you write your source code, which is the human-readable part. When you hit run, Python translates that into an intermediate language. Then, a program called a virtual machine swoops in, grabs everything it needs, and does the final translation into machine code. Yep, the ones and zeros that your computer runs to get the job done. Now that whole process, which sounds kind of complicated, is all handled by one single amazing tool called the Python interpreter. The best way to think about it is like a master toolbox that just takes care of everything automatically, bringing your Python code to life without you having to worry about the details. Now that we know how it works, let's get to the really fun part. Why should you learn it? Out of all the languages out there, why do millions of people choose Python? Well, to put it simply, it's pretty much an all-access pass to the entire world of technology. Probably the biggest reason is this. Python is incredibly powerful, but it's also remarkably simple. The whole philosophy behind it is readability. It uses clean formatting and plain English words instead of a bunch of confusing symbols. So while other languages might need pages of code for a simple task, Python can often do the same thing in just 1 or 2 lines. It lets you focus on solving the problem, not fighting with the language. And because it's so efficient, its applications are just huge. You can use it to build websites, automate all those boring tasks at work, dive into complex data science, create cutting-edge AI, develop video games. You can even control robots with it. Seriously, whatever you want to do in tech, chances are Python is there. And this brings us to its incredible relevance today. Almost everything you hear about in the world of artificial intelligence, from large language models to self-driving cars, is built with Python. It has this unmatched ecosystem of tools for AI and machine learning, which has basically made it the language of the future. You know, the best part is you don't have to learn it all by yourself. Python has a massive, and I mean massive, supportive global community. So if you ever get stuck on a problem, it's almost guaranteed that someone has already solved it and shared the answer in a tutorial, a blog, or a free project. You're never alone. And when you add all that up, the simplicity, the power, the versatility, and the community, it leads to one simple fact. Python is one of the most in-demand skills on the job market right now. Period. Just look at job descriptions for finance, healthcare, you name it. Everyone is looking for people who know Python. Okay, so hopefully you're feeling a little excited, but you're probably wondering, how do I actually get started? Well, any good journey needs a roadmap, and fortunately, the path to learning Python is really well-defined. Every single Python expert on the planet started in the exact same place, the foundation. This is where you learn the absolute basics, how to use variables to store information, understand the different types of data, and write functions to create little blocks of reusable code. Then you get to the intermediate level. This is where you really start to think like a professional developer. You'll learn how to handle errors when things go wrong, how to structure your code using something called object-oriented programming, and how to break big projects into smaller, manageable pieces. This is where your code starts to feel really solid. And finally, at the advanced stage, you get to apply your skills to solve real problems. You'll learn to connect to things called APIs, to grab data from other apps on the internet, write automated tests for your code, and even scrape information from websites. This is where it gets really fun. So, once you've mastered that core, the foundation, the intermediate, and the advanced stuff, you arrive at this really exciting crossroads. It's pretty much impossible to learn everything, so you get to choose a specialty. It's time to choose your adventure. From here, you could become a data scientist, finding hidden insights in data. You could be a web developer, building the back end of websites. Or you could go into AI and machine learning, data engineering, or even game development. The possibilities are huge. And each of these paths has its own set of specialized tools. If you pick data science, you'll master tools like Pandas and NumPy. For AI, you'll be living in things like PyTorch and TensorFlow. And for web development, frameworks like Django and Flask are going to be your best friends. But here's the key takeaway: focus. Don't try to learn everything all at once. The absolute best strategy is to pick the one path that truly excites you, go deep, and become an expert in that one thing. Then, down the road, you can start exploring and adding skills from other areas. So there you have it. The what, the why, and the how of Python. You've seen the incredible power it has and the clear roadmap to learn it. So the only question left is the one that starts your entire journey. Which path will you choose?